Morning, Matt. How are you doing? I'm away on holiday at the moment. It's my last week with my daughter. She heads out to Australia for 4 years in the next couple of weeks. So I've got a week away with her. So I went through the stuff that you sent through to me. I love the creative audit. It's a great piece of work. Thank you very much for that. One thing I'd take from that is where you put together the persona. I'd be going a bit deeper on the persona. We can have more than one persona that we're targeting towards. So I'd be saying on that first persona, on that persona section, think about a pie chart. Think about maybe 6 different personas in a pie chart. What are they? They've definitely got some males and females. So what's the male? What's the female? What are the traits that they exhibit? What do they do in the spare time? What do they do? And what's their drivers? What is their boss expecting from them? So what does success look like for them? And therefore, what does safety and security look like for them? So start to build up what it is that drives them, and start to think about what they do in the spare time as well. What kind of messaging will hit them? That means when we start to assemble some email messaging, we can put different messaging in along the way. We can do different campaigns to different people, and we can start targeting people differently as we get to understand a bit more about them. So digging into those personas and understanding them will help hugely. If at the same time as that you start to do a bit of market research, think about your 3 nearest competitors, or 3 strongest competitors, or 3 companies you think that you would compete with. Think about think about what their product is, how they come to market, what they offer that's different, what they offer that people might choose, or that potential clients might choose. So a little bit of competitor analysis, and then if we have the personas on one side and the competitor analysis on the other, we can start thinking about why it is those people might choose those companies and what we can message. So a persona, at least 6 personas in great detail, as much detail as you want. All right, it's going to create a character here. God, you know all about that, sir. You know more about that than me. So creating 6 really, really strong characters, and what they do, let's go mad on it. Let's really go mad. What books do they read? What do they do in the spare time? What hobbies do they have? Build that up, and then do the competitor analysis as well. You'll get to understand why people are on board with those people. That analysis of competitors, then just reflecting that through, think about doing a SWOT analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So what strengths do you bring? What strengths does Massa Agency bring? What are the strengths of being Massa Agency as opposed to somebody else? And I know a lot of that is in the expertise that you bring. Keep on digging into what the expertise is. Keep on going. Just brainstorm that. Go mad. Get sticky notes out. Go mad. Both you and Sandra work through that. What's the strength? Then being really humble, really honest. What are the weaknesses that you guys have? Then think about the opportunities you got. Go and brainstorm all the opportunities, and then being really humble and really honest again. What are the threats that you guys actually have in front of you? What are the threats to you? Putting that together. Now, the other thing that strikes me when I look through the 30-day actions that you've got is that you've got a lot on your plate. Okay, you've got a lot going off. You're trying to spread yourself very thin, and when I read it, I can almost feel a little bit of panic going off in there. It's like, oh shit, I'm going to do a lot here. So great actions. I love the use of AI. It's going to be really, really powerful. I also find it can take a lot of time to learn and get a grip on. So being very aware of how much time we spend on what, which means thinking about planning out your week as a diary. Okay, so start to plan into your week. How much time do you want to spend on lead generation? How much time do you want to spend on existing clients? How much time do you want to spend on yourself? And how much time do you want to spend on Sandra? And really, being really mindful. Draw out your week. Think about a pie chart again. How much of your week do you want to spend on sales activity? How much of your week do you want to spend on creative work? How much time do you want to spend on money making work? How much time do you want to spend on yourself? Think about all the activities you want to put in a week, divide it out into the pie chart, and then put that into your goddamn diary, and really, really fiercely ring fence that time, particularly time for self, because that's going to be a real challenge. So think about building up a diary for the week. All right, and best time to do this actually is on a Friday evening or first thing on a Monday morning. So make it first thing on Monday morning for you guys. Plan out what your week looks like. That also means you're going to spend some time looking at the list of things that you want to do. Yeah, that to-do list, or whatever else horrible word we've got for it, that list of things you want to do this week. Write that list out and then prioritize what's on that list. Right, the prioritization is like the next level. Anybody can write a to-do list, but not everybody actually goes all the way through and then prioritize it. So spend some time prioritizing that to-do list. And one last thing I would think of that came from what you wrote in your email was you started thinking about the creative audit as another product to sell, which set me thinking, right, so how many products does Matt actually think he's got on sale, on offer? Because this might be one of the areas where we need to get some real clarity around the marketing message. So what I like to do at that stage is, right, list out all the products we've got for sale, and I put them on a chart, and the vertical columns are each of the products I've got for sale, and then down the other column, down the vertical axis, I write all the clients I have now and all the clients I've ever had, and who took what and who could take what out of that product matrix. There will be one or two opportunities you see when you do that. If you put all the products you've got, all the products you've got available, and all the clients you've got now and ever had, and then you plot all in there what you've sold to people, what you haven't sold to people, something will jump out of that matrix, and you go, actually I can approach them and speak to them about that. Those clients who have stalled, just think about how you keep in touch with them. It's just the wrong time for those guys at the moment. You are just at the wrong time. Just make sure you're at the top of their mind when the time is right for them to make a decision. Don't make a bloody nuisance of yourself, because you can turn them off fairly quickly if they've got other things on their mind. So just being careful for those clients that have stalled. We still want to keep in touch with them, still want to be friendly, still want to be humble. Obviously it's not the right time for them, even saying obviously it's not the right time for them, but you know, I'm here when you need me. Just give me a shout, or anything else that I can do. Okay, that would be everything that I had for you. There's lots and lots for you to work on there during the week. I don't expect to get all that done this week, and we'll speak again next week. I hope you're both well, and I look forward to speaking to you next week when I get back. All the best now. Bye.